All right. So I'm just going to wait for my screen to come up, make sure that I'm recording. Okay. So last week I decided to share a video about what you put your attention on, what you focus on, how it affects your mood. So if you focus on all what's not working in your life, you tend to only see the negative. You only see what's not working. And what I was kind of kicking myself afterwards because although I loved what I shared with you, I wanted to tell you that everything's always working out for you. So even if, let's say, you take a pie of your life and you only see that negative slice and what's happening there, there's so much more going on for you that feels so much better. If you put your focus there, you'll notice more things that align with that all the time. Um, but that one little slice, that negative pie slice of things that aren't working for you, it's the only reason it doesn't feel like it's working out for you is because you don't know the reason why it's there. And typically, that slice of the pie is there to help you with becoming aware of what's not working in your life so you can make changes and to learn from that area that's not quite working. And normally we don't see for days, weeks, or months why that part of our life isn't working yet. So you just need a bit of time and space to let that pass while you figure it out, and then you can look back and say, this all makes so much sense now. It's kind of like when I went through my divorce when I was 24 years old. I had no idea why that was happening. I felt so horrible. It was one of the worst times of my life. And looking back on it, now I can see its reason. I can see why it was so important that I go through that emotional pain and trauma and whatever, because it created a chain reaction of events that I needed to experience for me to really find love in my life, to have children with the right person, to discover that I love coaching and to help people in a different way that I never thought of before. So now looking back, it all makes sense. All those pieces of the puzzle come into place, but I hadn't looked at it that way before. So things are always working out for you, even if you can't see it in the moment. And the other reason I wanted to come back on and do a little update, kind of like a part two of this video, was to help people give them a practice on how to focus on the good in their life instead of focusing on what's not working. So what I would encourage you to do is to take 5 minutes, take 10 minutes every morning, something like that, before your brain turns on, before the voices in the head kick in and tell you you've got to do something right away. Get it while your mind is still relatively quiet. Take 5-10 minutes and just think about all the amazing parts of your life that are working. It could be your living situation, could be your house, could be the vacation you're about to go on, it could be your career, it could be your friends, it could be your support, it could be all of these experiences and feelings that feel great. Focus on the 95% of what's working in your life, and then look at the other 5% and figure out what opportunities there are for you to learn and to grow from that 5%. I guarantee if you do this for a couple of weeks, you'll start to feel better and even start your day off on the right foot. You can also do this at the end of the day to kind of help you wind down and go to sleep. Think about all the things you're grateful for, all the things that really went well for you that day, and put your attention there, because you'll start to see other things that line up with what is working in your life and what feels super great. I even had I'll get to that in a second. So that's the practice. And the faster you are at catching yourself before you kind of spin down that negative vortex of negative emotion or negative feeling, the easier it is. It's like when a snowball starts rolling down the hill. If you can stop that snowball before it gains too much momentum, too much negative momentum, you can stop the avalanche. Once the avalanche comes, you're kind of screwed. So you want to be able to try to stop it, nip it in the bud. I actually caught myself watching the U.S. debate the other day, and I was starting to get pissed off at myself for watching this and going, why are you still watching this? Just turn it off. It's just going to piss you off even more. and I'm not even American. So I was able to catch myself and think about it a little differently, and then turn it off, go to bed, and feel okay. Um, all right. So for those of you who get the concept, the practice of thinking about things that are working in your life, and to make that transition so you feel better, I've got some advanced moves for you if you're interested. I often talk about in my radio show, Live Your Life Without Limits, the voices in the head, or the committee in your brain that are telling you what you can't do or what's not possible and all that kind of stuff. These guys are really good at making up stories up there to keep you safe, keep you secure, keep you from putting yourself out there and trying things that are really important to you. And because these guys are so good in your head at making up stories about what's not going to work out, I want you to try to use their story making ability for good. I want you to go on a rampage of what's possible and what is working out for you, or what could work out for you. Instead of focusing on what's not going to work out, how could this go great? How could this go amazing? So an example of that is, typically I would be thinking, let's say I put out a video, maybe it bombs, maybe I get laughed at, maybe people are going to tell me it's no good, or I'm going to beat myself up that it's not good enough and I shouldn't air it. Well, hey, maybe it's going to be awesome. And maybe what happens if I actually start to use that committee, those great storytellers, to tell a great story? So in this case, I put out a video and it gets some traction. It goes viral. Oprah sees it. That Oprah invites me onto her show, and then Oprah wants me to come and do a coaching session on her network, and then she has me come back and do something where she promotes me, and now I'm on her book club. And so, can you see how that potentially, that kind of unfolding of a rampage of possibility, could help you feel better faster, and to use that voice in your head to kind of spiral up, to feel good, to feel excited about what could be possible, and be open to seeing things show up that work with that. Just as an example of this, as I was recording my radio show on this very topic that'll air next week, I actually got an email from the lady who runs the show saying, we actually want to run your show twice a week now, so you're not just on Wednesday nights, you're on Monday nights as well, if that's okay with you. So even though I wasn't thinking about that being an option for me, something else great is working out in the background that I can't see. And the more I'm in tune with great things showing up for me, more great things will show up. So if you can take anything away from this video, focus on the positive, focus on what is working, and ignore the stuff that's not working so well. It will work out in the end. You just don't have enough distance and time to see back to see that it's all working out for you always. All right. So until next time, take care. And if you have any questions, send them my way. info@coachian.com. I'll be happy to answer them. Take care.